Good morning Year 4 and welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson. This video is going to be targeted for the children which have got the Year 4 booklet at home. So if you've got this booklet with Year 4 on, then you're in the right place and this is your learning video for today. So firstly I'd like you to turn to page 3, this page, and today we are going to be looking at place value and ordering numbers. So if we have a look at question 1, question 1 says, which of these numbers is the biggest? And you're going to circle the answer. So you've got lots of numbers which are represented in your book, but you need to circle the greatest number. Now to help you, on a whiteboard I've written out some numbers of my own, okay? And I need to circle which is the largest number. Now, what I'm going to do is start crossing off some which I know there are bigger numbers already on there. I'm going to come to this one first. Now this has only got 2 digits on there. Okay, it's number 27. And I know the greatest number is going to have the greater amount of digits. So I know it's not going to be 27 because I've got numbers here. Even just glancing at them, I know that I've got 4-digit numbers there. So that's a 4-digit number. That's a 4-digit number. This one, 1, 2, that one's a 3-digit number. So I'm going to get rid of that one as well. Okay, so I'm on between these two, and they're both 4-digit numbers. To work out which number is the greatest, you need to be looking at the furthest column this way, which is going to be your thousands column. So we know we've got our thousands, hundreds, tens, and our ones column. In the thousands column, I've got the digit 1, so that represents 1,000. On this number, in the thousands column, I've got the digit 6. That represents 6,000. Which number is going to be the greatest without even reading the rest of the digits? Is it going to be with the 1,000 or the 6,000? 6,000 is greater than 1,000. There is more thousands in that column. So this is going to be my greatest number. So in your workbooks, what I want you to do is start ruling out numbers which you know there are greater numbers there already. So start crossing them off. If it's a 1-digit number, if it's a 2-digit number, count how many is the biggest number you've got, how many digits are there, so you can start to eliminate some of the others. And then you're going to circle the greatest number. Okay, so you can pause the video, you can finish that activity and come back. Okay, so on section 2, section 2 says to give the value of the underlined digit of these numbers. So you've got a range of numbers and one of the digits is underlined. Using your place value knowledge that you have already, you're going to tell me what the value of that number is. So on my whiteboard, I'm going to do my place value chart. I'm going to have it in the thousands. So I've got my thousands, hundreds, tens and ones column. And I've put my digits in. Now here is the number that I've made. Before I say it, can you say what number that is already? So I've got 4,782. 4,782. I'm going to underline one of these digits and we're going to have a look at what the value of that number is. Okay, so I've underlined the number 7. What is the value of that 7? Now to figure that out, I'm going to have a look above at my place value chart. What column is it in? It's in the hundreds column. So the value of 7 is going to be 700. I took that away and I changed it and I underlined the 4. What is the value of 4? Which column is the 4 in? It's in the thousands column. So the value of 4 is going to be 4,000. Okay? Now to write 4,000, how would I write 4,000? I couldn't just put the number 4 with a thousands above it. I would need to represent it as 4,000. Okay, so let's turn over and let's represent 4,000 on my whiteboard as digits. 4,000, I need 4 digits to make it in the thousands. So I've got my 4. And then after the thousands, we have a comma. Okay. 0 hundreds, 0 tens, 0 ones. 4,000 is represented as 4, 0, 0, 0. No hundreds, no tens, no ones, but we do need those zeros there as placeholders so we know the value of the 4. So you're going to work through section 2 and you're going to give the value of the underlined digit, but remember you're not just going to write which number that is. For example, I wouldn't just write 4, I would write the value of it, which is 4,000, and make sure you've got the right number of digits. If you are in the thousands, you do need a comma after and before the hundreds. Okay, so you're going to complete section 2 and then you can return back to the video. Right, so moving on to section 3 of your workbook, we're going to use our partitioning method. Section 3 says use partitioning to complete these sums. Here you've got a number which is 5,693. We're going to partition that. Other ways that we've partitioned in school before is using this method. So the number is 5,693. Okay, so I know I've got my thousands, my hundreds, my tens and my ones. Some of you might know already which method I'm using and you might recognise that, so that's great. If you haven't realised which method I'm using, watch carefully at what I do. So here I'm going to create a bubble, and in that bubble that's going to represent my 5,000. So remember 5,000, 5 in the thousands, comma, 0 in the hundreds, 0 in the tens, 0 in the ones. We've got 5,000. Then I move on to my next digit in the whole. Okay, these are the parts, this is the whole. And this method is partitioning, what we need to do. So there is 6 and it's representing 600 because it's in the hundreds column. So I'm going to create another bubble. Okay, and I'm going to have 600, so 6 in the hundreds, 0 in the tens, 0 in the ones. So there's my 5,600. Here, see if you can do this one by yourself. What would be representing here, because it's representing this number, what does that represent? Okay. Hopefully you've realised it should be representing the number 90 because it's in the tens column. And to represent 90, we've got 9 in the tens and 0 in the ones. And finally, we've got the ones column, which on its own is the number 3. I'll make my final bubble 3. This method is called partitioning if you're not familiar with it already. This means that we've got a part here and we are partitioning it and breaking it down into sections. So that's my whole there and these are my parts. You could create a sum which would add up to this, and this is what you're going to be doing in your booklets. So it would be 5,000 add 600 add 90 add 3, and that would equal your whole. Okay, so you have got 4 sums for you to complete using the partitioning method. If you want to use this method that we've used today, then you can do that on a whiteboard or you can do it on a scrap piece of paper to help you. Some of you might be able to just do this mentally and recognise that the 5 would mean 5,000. So that was representing the 5,000 for your sum. Okay, so you're going to work through A, B, C and D. A we've already done together, but I want you to do B, C and D by yourself. When you've finished, you can unpause the video and then we'll go on to the final section, which is section 4. Okay, so on to our final part of the lesson, which is section 4. This is revisiting some learning that we've done previously at the very start of the lesson, but instead of circling the greatest number, the largest number, we're going to be circling the smallest number. So it's using the same method that we did at the start of the lesson, but we just need to be narrowing that down and looking at the value of the digits. So you can see there, and there is Bruno, loving the video. You can see there that we've got a range of numbers. Straight away you want to be eliminating the numbers which have more digits than others. So if you can see there's some 4-digit numbers there and some 3 digits, well, straight away I know the 3 digits is going to be smaller, eliminate the 4-digit number, so you're going to cross them off. Then you're going to be looking at the value. For example, I know that there is 879 and 987 on there. I need to work out of them two, which is the smallest number. Now straight away I'm going to be looking at the largest place value point, which is going to be your hundreds. On my hundreds there, I've got 8, which represents 800. And on my hundreds here, I've got the number 9, which represents 900. Which of those two would be the smaller number? Would it be the 800 or the 900? Well, 8 comes before 9, so we know that 800 would be the smallest number. So then I can start to eliminate the numbers which have the same amount of digits. So I know that that number is greater, and I want to find the smallest number so I can eliminate that down. Okay, so you're going to work out the final section, which is section 4. Once you've completed your work, please can you take a picture and send it in to the Year 4 email. If you're not sure where to find that, it's on the Sandon Primary Academy website under the Year 4 class news. Thank you, and me and Bruno say bye.